Hi there everyone, I am Chris, this is Simply Classic. In today's live we are going to talk all about the Gemella Wallet. Answer any questions you may have for this month's sew along. But before we get started, I do want to ask you to please subscribe, give me a like, and hit that bell notification so that you know when videos are posted. Give me 1 second, we have a problem with Instagram. Okay, so we are just live on YouTube today. Looks like we had a problem with Instagram, so we're just gonna not worry about that right now. And of course, Facebook has changed the way they do things, and they no longer allow third-party apps to stream live. So we used to use, or we use one to do that, and that allows us to go live on different platforms. But anyway, Facebook no longer allows it, so we won't be on Facebook Live today. We're just on YouTube. But I want to thank everybody for showing up. Jackie and Dawn, Cheryl, Cynthia, and Betsy. Hello, everyone. Thank you, thank you. So today is all about the Gemella. And if you have been keeping up with the blog post, you know that today was Monday was the first day of our sew along. The Gemella Wallet is the newest pattern that we have, or the newest official pattern, I guess you could say. We did have our quarterly subscription box pattern that became available on May 1st. That was the booster bag. But this is the first pattern that we released, head on right off the gate, right from the start. And it's a really cool wallet because it's got a different design. So we have the flap here, and I've got these magnetic snaps on here that you can open up and use to snap your flap. You can certainly use a regular magnetic snap. You could use a twist lock. You could use whatever you have here. And hello from Illinois. Thank you so much for joining. So in addition to the flap, we have several card slots. So we've got 8 card slots up here. We have 7 card slots here. And then of course we have a little ID window. And then in addition, we have 2 zipper pockets. And these are for cash, receipts, whatever you may need. They're good size. We like those. And then of course, we have a cell phone pocket in the back. And we made sure that this cell phone pocket fits the largest cell phone that's available today, which is the Pro 13, I believe it is. I do not. I have the regular 13, and you will see, I have a case on mine and everything. Mine fits with room to spare. let me get that zipper pull out of the way. You see I have a lot of space right there. So that's the additional space for the larger phone. Okay, so you will not have a problem. Even in a case, it fits fine. So in addition to this version, we also did a hack version, which y'all may have seen. And this is when we turned into a little crossbody. Now, you could, I just used a chain on this, but if that strap is not long enough for you, you could certainly add longer strap connectors so that the crossbody works if you want to use a chain. I did change and put a twist lock on here instead of a snap. And then when I opened it up, I made sure that all of the card slots pull up from the top. So you see this card pulls up this way, this card pulls up this way. So I changed the configuration of the slots so that I wasn't trying to pull the cards from upside down. Okay, we still have, of course, our zipper pockets and our cell phone pocket. I made this one for me specifically because I love quilted leather. This is leather. This is our Barely Pink. And I just love the way it quilts. So this one's for me, and I made it specifically for my cell phone. So my cell phone fits in there perfect. I changed the configuration of the pocket so it goes up instead of to the side. And this pocket will not fit a larger phone because I configured it for me. But again, that's why we sew, so that we can make these bags however we want for our needs. All right, we have a lot more people. Wow, we have somebody from Australia. Hi, Judy. That is fantastic. Cynthia, I like that one. I'm assuming you're talking about this one here. This is my favorite. And then Terry's joining us as well. So great. Thank you so much. So the purpose of today's live is for you. It's for you to ask questions. If you have any questions about the Gemella Wallet before you get started. The first thing that we had you do, and if you've had a chance to read over the blog, you'll see that we started out by having you cut out all the pieces and fuse the few pieces of stabilizer that you needed to the flap and one of the body pieces. So at this point, I have all the pieces out here. These are just the pattern pieces right now. But of course, we have a cell phone pocket. We have a main body 2 piece, which is just a solid piece. And then we have our main body 1 piece, which has all these lines and holes and everything you need to cut this out. Okay. Sherry is from, oh, very interesting wallet. Thank you. Yes, we like this wallet. This is a great one. So those are your main pieces, along with a tab, a couple of zipper tabs, a snap tab, and a flap. Okay. Then you also have a few stabilizer pieces, which is just a flap stabilizer, a cell pocket stabilizer, and a couple of main body stabilizer pieces. We have a clear window for your ID pocket. And we have Karen joining us from Wisconsin. Hi, Karen. We have a couple of lining pieces. Okay, we have our main lining pieces, and we have a window lining piece. So the wallet doesn't have a ton of pieces. One thing I want to make sure you understand too is that this is made, this wallet was written for non-frame fabric. So cork, leather, faux leather, you want to use fabric, because we're not doing any turning of this bag. We're actually, once we have the, once we have the main part done, you're going to have this piece, this long piece on one side. Your zipper is going to straddle the piece on the other side. So you can have one big open piece that you're just going to fold in half wrong sides together and sew. Then from there, you can go ahead and cut it back and then edge coat if you like. So we have, of course, edge coat on here, and it really comes together quickly and easily. And I think that you'll enjoy doing it. So we have Juanita from Ohio. This is fantastic. Thank you, everybody, for joining. So let me open up the floor and ask you at this point, do you have any questions about the wallet, maybe about how to cut out something? Feel free to chime in at any time. I want this to be a conversation. We do have paper patterns available now in addition to the PDF. And all of our paper patterns, in case you don't know, have large scale pattern pieces in here. So there's no cutting and piecing together. And this is with all of our patterns. So just to kind of give you an example, we've got this big piece of paper in here. And all the pieces are on there. So you can just, you can't really see the pieces. But anyway, they are on there. There you go. And you can just go ahead and cut them out. There's no taping and printing, and all that kind of stuff. So if either your printer can't seem to print the right, I know a lot of people email me and say, hey, I can't print the right amount, my 2-inch square isn't matching up, or, maybe you just don't like cutting and pasting. I mean, obviously there's a little bit of possibility for error there just because of how we cut paper and, all that kind of stuff, how we tape. This is going to give you more exact pieces. Okay. So at this point, I'm going to go over a couple other things about the wallet. And for those of you who don't know, we have this new adhesive lining, and this stuff is really great. It is basically has an adhesive back. It's super, super thin, and it's made of nylon, so it's really slippery. It's really made for credit cards so that they slip out of slots easily in and out without, you know, getting snagged on anything. And in the back, you can see it's got a little bit of stickiness. Not a lot. It's enough to hold the slots down as you are doing that fanning of back and forth so that they're not flopping all over the place. So it really is kind of a game changer when it comes to wallet linings, because number one, you have no bulk, very, 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 very little bulk. Two, the adhesive helps just with holding everything in place. And then I actually used it on the inside of the wallet itself as well, like in this area here. I really wouldn't recommend it for lining a whole bag. It's not, I mean, it works really well for wallets, but I think for a whole bag, it would be a little much. I don't think I would do that. But Terry says she got some of this and she loves it. We are looking at getting more colors because y'all have loved it. We have sold a lot of it. We had only ordered black to start out, and it has sold really well, and obviously for good reason, because it's really a great product. So we're thinking about getting, okay, so let me ask you, we were thinking about getting some red and then like a cream color. So let me know what you think about that. Can you use it for pockets? Yes, I think pockets would probably be a pretty good thing. But if you're using it for like a zipper pocket, you know, understand that it does have an adhesive back. So you can leave the paper on, no problem. And then when you can sew through the paper, it just perforates the paper a little bit. But what I would do is maybe use it for slip pockets, or if I'm making a leather wallet or a leather bag and I want to put a leather pocket, a slip pocket inside the bag, I will actually take a piece of leather, put some of this adhesive lining on top, like on the back, wrong sides together as the lining, and then just fold the lip of that leather over and top stitch, and then it's lined, and you basically have no bulk, and it's wonderful. It's fantastic. Okay, so Terry says cream. Okay, they have all colors. I mean, we could get blue, we could get yellow, gold, red. I mean, we can do anything. So if you, besides the cream, if there's anything else y'all think you might want, let us know, because we'll probably be placing an order for that in the next few weeks. So we would love your feedback on that. The other thing I'm gonna tell you, this is should be coming out in the next few weeks, is we did order gunmetal hardware, and it is in. Yay! We're in the process of getting it packaged, photographed, and up on the website. So hopefully by midweek next week, we will have all of our gunmetal hardware up. So Cheryl says blue and gray. Yeah, gray would be a good one. Okay, cream and gray. Blue, like a light blue, Cheryl, or do you think a darker blue? I'm going to try not to cough. I had to just kind of a little side story. A couple weeks ago, I guess it wasn't last week, the week before. Well, we did the Paducah show up in Paducah, Kentucky. And okay, navy. Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, navy, gray, cream. And so we loaded up the trailer, and you probably saw the video. We drove up to Kentucky, and we did the show, and it was a great show. We really had a great time, and the people were very nice. It was a quilt show. It was put on by AQS, American Quilter Society. And so we were like, well, you know, we're a bag maker, a quilt show, but they loved us. I mean, they were so excited. A lot of customers walking through, attendees were super excited about seeing something different and having different options. So it was really a great show. So anyway, so we drove home, and then and we ended up staying. I didn't realize, but Paducah is right on the border of Illinois. So we ended up, our Airbnb was in Illinois, but of course, you know, we were in Paducah, Kentucky for the show. So we drive home, and 3 days later, we get home on a Sunday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. On Thursday morning, I got on a plane to go to Chicago. So I just turned around and flew right back up to Illinois. And I did that for HH Americas. And I don't know if y'all are familiar with HH Americas, but it is a show in Chicago, and it is open to wholesalers. So basically it's for the wholesale trade. And what it is a lot of shops or attendees, you know, people who own shops, and they're going to kind of check out the new things. It started as a yarn kind of textile show, and it's kind of broadened its horizons to sewing and quilting and all kinds of stuff. So anyway, my story is that I live about 2 hours away from the airport, from the Atlanta airport. So I got up at 1:15 in the morning and drove to Atlanta to catch a plane at 6 a.m. so that I could be in Chicago. It ended up by 7 a.m. because you lose an hour. So anyway, get to Chicago, get some breakfast at the airport, get an Uber, go over to the convention center, and they had a keynote speaker. Watched that. It was fantastic. Attended the show. It was amazing. Made a lot of great contacts. We have some things in the works, so it's going to be fun to see how everything pans out. Got through with the show, back in an Uber, back to the airport, and my plane was supposed to leave at 7 o'clock. Now, mind you, I've been up since 1:15 now. So anyway, 7 o'clock comes and goes, and of course, the plane hasn't even arrived yet. Long story short, 8 hours later, our plane was delayed for 8 hours. We get on a plane to fly back home to Atlanta. So now it's 1:15 in the morning. So now I'm officially been up for 24 hours. Get on a plane, fly home to Atlanta, then you have to get in the car and drive 2 more hours to get home. So I ended up getting home at 7 o'clock the next day. My point is, when I got home, I got sick. And I've had this cold and been coughing, and anyway, it has been, I'm going to try not to cough in your ear tonight because I just seem to keep fighting it. But it was definitely a long journey, but it was worth it. So a little side story. Okay, back to the Gemella. Karen says, Wisconsin Quilt Expo in Madison is a great show. Please join us. Okay, great. Yeah, that was a long trip, Cheryl. Cheryl says, wow, you poor thing. It was a long day. It was a very long day. Went to bed, got up at maybe around noon, 12:30, was up for a few hours, and then went back to bed and slept for like 11 hours straight. So the things we do for sewing, right? I mean, it's like exciting. Okay, so anyway, this piece here, I do want to talk to you a little bit about how to cut this piece. Well, we actually have acrylic templates for this pattern. So if you are interested in acrylic templates, go to my website, simplyclassic.net, scroll down on the home page to about 3/4 of the way down, click on the Sweetly Unique Boutique logo. It will take you to her site, and then you order the acrylic templates from her, okay? But I went ahead and sent her this maybe yesterday, day before, so she'll be getting it up on the site. So worst case scenario, you're gonna have an acrylic template for this if this is a wallet you make often. If not, no need to worry. It's really not that hard to cut out. We are working on SVG files for it. I know that some of you like those SVG files, and we will be getting some SVG files. But for right now, obviously we don't have that. What you want to do is take your pattern piece. You are going to put it on your piece of faux or leather, and you are going to well, even before you do that, I took a little hole punch and punched holes. I didn't cut the line, you see, okay? I just cut the holes on either side of these lines, okay? All the way. And then, of course, I cut out my, my square. So then I placed this on the piece, and through the holes, I made little dots all the way down. Then I removed this piece, and I just took a ruler, and I made sure that when I had my ruler, I lined the ruler up with the side of the piece, and then with each dot, and I took a craft knife. Don't use a rotary cutter, because with a rotary cutter, you're going to overcut. And I just cut from dot to dot, dot to dot, dot to dot, dot to dot, all the way down. Okay. And then on the back, I drew out the square. You can actually still see a little bit of pen mark on there. So I cut it, and then I just use a craft knife again to get right in the corner and cut out to the other side, get right in the corner, cut out to the side, and just go all the way around. And it's really super easy to cut out. Terry says yes to the SVG files. Yes, we will get those, especially for this pattern. We probably have 1 or 2 other patterns that could use them. So we definitely want to have all those for y'all. Okay. So that's how you would cut this out. Again, it's not that hard. And after you do it once, you can be like, ah, that was kind of easy. So does anybody have any questions on how to cut this out or any of the pieces? Now, another thing I want to tell you about is before you cut, if you don't like the configuration of these slots, so again, well, actually, yeah, I will say before you cut, but also before you start sewing your lining to your actual credit card slots. Okay, so on this, the way the pattern is written, the way I show you how to do the pattern, the credit card slots go in this way and this way. So basically, the credit cards are going up towards the top of this side of the wallet. You pull them out this way, and then same thing, you pull them out this way. My point in saying all that, it's easy to change the configuration of the slots. All you do is, if you like where this window is and you want to keep it there, you cut everything out like normal. And then when you go to do your fan fold on your actual credit card slots, you're just going to fold it in the other direction. Okay. This specific bag, you will see, oh, that's a twist lock. I'm trying to pop it open. You will see that the configuration has been changed. I moved the pocket, the ID pocket down here. So to do that, what I did was to see if I lay this on, it does not match up. So I laid it on like this. I cut these, or put the lines for these, and then I just turned this around and then did that one. So my point is that you have a lot of options when it comes to customizing this wallet for your needs. If you don't need all of these credit card slots, which, you know, they're a lot, what you could possibly do is either cut down on them, maybe do a slot every other opening, or you could even put your cell phone pocket on the inside. I actually had the bag that way in the beginning and decided to change it because the wallet didn't lay flat with that credit card or with that cell phone pocket on the inside. Okay, it was, you know, it was bulked up. So just keep that in mind. Doesn't mean you can't do it. Just think about that before you do that. Okay. Hello, Sharon from Northern Virginia. Do you offer kits of the Gemella? Good question. We are going to, yes. We don't have them yet, but we are going to. But my question back to you is, what would you like to see it out of? Because we could do kids in leather. We could do kids in faux leather. Obviously, faux leather, you have so many different colors and patterns. And I mean, you know, it could be so many different things. And then with the leather, we have a bunch of different colors. The leather, even if you don't do it in a crossbody, you could certainly quilt it as well, like this one is. You don't have to do a crisscross. You can do straight lines. You can do whatever you wanted to. So what do you have in mind? Because we are definitely putting kits together, and we're just trying to decide what to use in the kit. It's hard to put the kit together and then somebody say, well, you know, I really didn't like that color. I wanted that color instead. That's usually what we battle with kits. Okay. The ostrich is a great option for this. And I will tell you that we had talked about this in the past, that these magnetic conchos won't go through the ostrich. They're not big enough. The shank on them is not big enough, okay? But I just got some samples in. I've been working with a supplier to kind of reconfigure those conchos so that instead of having a hollow back, they have a solid back, and we increase the shank just a little bit, and they now go through ostrich. So I need to get with them to go ahead and order some, and we'll probably just keep both options, one for lighter weight fabrics and one for heavier weight fabrics, so that you can use them on both. Faux would be best. Okay. Solid faux. Oh, yeah, solid faux. There you go. See, the great thing about the solid faux is that then you can quilt them, you could not quilt them, you could do a lot with a solid faux. Both offerings would be nice. I love the pink leather. I know that pink leather is really. The good thing about this one here, is that if you do it in a wallet, or if you decide to do it in a crossbody, and you use a chain for a handle, it takes, I mean, less than a hide. I mean, you can buy one hide of this barely pink, and you'll have enough to do the whole wallet. So if you're looking for something kind of like, you'd have a little left over, so that if you did cut something wrong, it wouldn't be the end of the world. You'd have, you know, you'd have some more. Okay. So, okay. All right, well, we will do that then. We will get some kits together. And I know this, Taylor says she's drooling over this Gemella crossbody. Yes. Hi, Taylor. I have found, you know, I'm working with both leather and faux leather, and there are instances, and I've told you this before, where sometimes you don't want a leather bag. And I still hold true to that. You know, if I'm going to Food Truck Friday, I'm not going to bring my leather bag. If I'm going to the beach, I'm not going to bring my leather bag. But if I'm going to dinner with my family, if I'm going to teach a class, if I'm doing something, I'm going to bring my leather bag. So I think that there is a time and a place for both. I don't have a problem with it. As you know, faux leather gives us so much more options with patterns and colors, and well, I won't even say colors, because our leathers are beautiful colors, but the patterns, okay, you can't really find those in leather. If you can, they're very, very, very expensive. So that's the great thing about faux leather. But the leather is so nice to work with. It holds its shape. It behaves really well. It is so soft to the touch and just so luxurious. I mean, it's just so nice. These wallets would be elegant gifts for the holidays. Yes, they would. They would be amazing. They really would. And I'm going to put this out there. We are currently filming for our first online class. It is going to be called Leather Bag Making by Machine, and it is going to be using leather. So if you have never used leather and you would like to, maybe you're a little intimidated by it, you're not really sure, this is going to be the class for you. We're going to take you from, hey, this is our pattern. I'm going to show you how to cut the pattern pieces out, because I usually do it a little bit different for leather. I'm going to show you how to cut the leather out. We're going to use stiffeners, glues specific to leather. It's going to be a fantastic class. So we are hoping, did I need to skive the leather for the wallet? No, I did not. I did not skive anything. Because these hides, they're lamb, and it's just, you don't have to, they're thin enough. So great question, Betsy. So anyway, we're filming now. We should hopefully have it ready by, I'm going to say the end of May. Okay. And maybe beginning of June. And we have a bag that will not be offered anywhere except for that class. It is a bag specifically designed for leather. We are approaching it in such a way that we are going to give you the pattern pieces for the bag, and then we're going to walk you through the whole bag ourselves. There's not necessarily going to be a written pattern for it. We're just going to walk you through it step by step. You're going to see me edge coat. You're going to see me do everything. So we are really excited about that. And if you are intimidated by it, also it's going to come with a kit. Okay, so the price of the class, which we don't have set yet, we want to keep it as low as we can, and we're trying to figure out a few things. But the price of the class is going to be for 6 pre-recorded sessions, 3 like Zoom meetings that we'll all attend, and we can ask questions, and it's going to be with me and the other people in the class. We're going to have handouts for sourcing products. It's going to include your class kit. The class kit is going to have the leather, the stiffeners, the lining, the glue, the edge paint, the applicators, the base coat, the silver marking pen. I mean, we're going to have like everything in there that we can think of. The things we can't put in there, we are going to go over in the first video. I will tell you ahead of time what those are. Some of them are necessary, some of them are not. But we're also going to give you sources to buy that stuff if you want to do that. Okay. So like I say, we are really excited about it. When we get a little closer, we'll show you the bag, and we will kind of explain how the sign up will go. We're going to give more than one session. We're planning on 3 sessions, 3 separate sessions of it right now, so that, everybody hopefully can get in. And yeah, so think about it. If you are interested in possibly, working with leather and you've never done it before, it would be great. It's going to be a great opportunity. Good stuff. Okay. Any other questions before we sign off? I am so glad that everybody joined tonight. It is exciting. Now, my email is down below, chris@simplyclassic.net. Of course, if you have any questions as you're making the wallet in the next few weeks, anything happens, you just let us know. Email me directly. I will help you. I've even gotten on the phone with people before if we need to do that. My job is to make sure you are successful at making the Gemella this month. Okay. Stephanie, can this pattern be made with suede leather? Yeah, I think it can. I'm thinking I have some suede myself. My suede, I'd have to stabilize my suede. Sometimes, I'm just trying to think about, I don't see why it couldn't be. I mean, you're still going to go through the same process of, you know, if you want, you can edge coat. And, you know, the thing with leather, you don't even have to do that. You don't have to finish it. It's not necessary. I almost think it's more necessary to edge coat on faux leather than leather, because you can kind of see the back a little bit. But no, you should, that would be beautiful, I think, to do it in suede. Stephanie, I think that would be a great option. Yep. All right. So you are welcome, everyone. Looking forward about, yes. And as the class gets closer, we are going to definitely tell you more. See, I keep thinking about this stuff. One other thing. On our website, we have a new page called Events. So if you just check back often to that event page, because we have things like the sew along on there. But also in September, I'm going to be going to Chattanooga to teach a class at Chattanooga Sewing Center or Chattanooga Sewing Machines. I'm not sure which one it is. But anyway, there's a link on there on the event page. And we're going to be doing the Simply Classic Clutch. We're going to be using Genome HD9 machines. So if you're interested in that or in the area, you might want to go ahead and see if you can, you know, log on to that or get into that. I think that they're doing it Friday and Saturday. They have 2 separate classes, one on Friday, one on Saturday. Friday, I think there was only 3 seats left, but I think they had maybe 10 seats left on Saturday, last time I looked. So we have that going on. And then, of course, we're going to Houston for the Big Houston Quilt Festival. And if you've never been to Houston before for that show, it is definitely a trip, okay? You're going to go. You're going to need to spend several days. There are so many vendors, and we're vending there. We're super excited about it. So it'll be our first year of vending there. But we are talking to other shops, and we will probably have more classes on the books, especially in the fall. So keep going back to that events page. We'll also try to make announcements as we can about things to help remind you, so that if we are coming to your area, you know, you can be sure to hopefully maybe get into a class, whatever class they choose, you know, at that shop at that time. Okay. Because the best part is meeting all of you. I love doing the shows and love doing the classes. That's by far the best. Okay, Michelle, I don't know if you know, but I'm originally from New Hampshire. So hello from New Hampshire. That's exciting. All right. Terry says, you know, I'll be doing mine in cork. Yes, cork is gorgeous. I mean, this would be a great bag to do in cork. Come to Syracuse, New York. Yes. Kathleen, I'm so happy you're coming to Houston. I look forward to seeing you there. Great. Fantastic. Yes. That Houston show, I've been going to it for years as an attendee. And so anyway, now we're in there. So we're excited. All right, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, happy sewing.